here at Sootaga and we're at BUT for Academic Day. We're gonna just waiting on UASSA to not hurry up. Just waiting on them. Still preparing, but we're here to support patiently.
And Felicity.
And our team. There's, look at the camera.
And
Atina is not here.
Tina.
Faraz is somewhere. And Salome. And Jim. And Jim with our visual arts.
And what role do you play, Lenny?
I'm the academic officer.
Are you excited?
I think we're gonna take it out. No.
Keep your hands, keep your hands. Okay.
Yeah.
Have enjoyed. We'll just see what.
I went out.
Let's go, let's see.
O te re tau seu ta whia na roa. Lea ngai whai tau pa ia ma manu sa mō maurunga ia so. Wana ora whatumau. I le suo sumo whamsino. O mitwhafu. Lau UASSA. A besele ma manu sa mō potpoto mai le nei asu. Ai alo ia ora o tau pa ia i o tau se tanga mana. Ese au sanga ia ne whailo manu o tula. Ore au tu e tusa ma tau wanga le nei tausa. O lau mangana, o se whanunga reira wala whainga. O lau mangana, o le whamalama e wanganga. I whapito au mawhare reira unga le ngana sa moa. La unga ngana sa moa. Ninga ngana na fufoa mai e o langa. Linga ngana o te tiu ai. Linga ngana o tia ai. Loto to atelo ta totua a. Ono la mo watu. E lua ni vai mo vai ina au tu. Wa una tu yo te fia piyama, mo fa so to ile ne yasu. Bo mo, la mangana, o se fa nunga le o langa. O la mangana. O le fa malama e o manga. Bo mo, la mangana, o se fa nunga le o fa inga. Ale leile ngana, ele leile ngana. Ale leile ngana. Ele le foi le ngana. Se tasi le upun sa no ai. To man manu le ngana sa mo. Le fioma ya tanga loa fanafi. To telo tu plata bo le nei vai te. O te na o te fia o mamlama, o si la fia le ngana sa mo. O matua. Ai o le silita ua. Ai se awa tuai. Ele mawhai o tātou, tua ia se tangata toa tasi le nifa whita uki. O no leo a wina, man mamla mai le man. O se ngan wenga whai whātasi. E a fua mai maunga man wio a inga. Nuku, e ka le sia, a meise la tinu. Mai sa wei o na bea ngan wei whātasi o mātua, whai a onga, tupulanga talpo. A meise le ka le sia. Ina langa mele ngana sa mo tono ne fala puto. A me se lava tono a inga. Ola wala ni e fai foi on tapena le langa ya fausia mautu. Mam lama ya lu fa sa mo. A mam lama mai do ya vai ngata o le langa tanga sa mo. Ele mafai le mafai la bona be se ina. Ola tofi mai le tua ia ta tu fa pet pele ne be sina. O se fio lenga. E whangu saunia leola tu pae tangat samu. Mai puna mai ala whamania ngai o matamaa ai. Whara nuk whasamoa. Māturu na lua. O lawa mana. O le whamalama leiro o langa. O le tamaa a inga i le ngana Samoa. O le poutu toa le tu o le tu. Maanga tangat Samoa. e a vea le ngana Samoa whamalamo le nganga I suro tuarta ua ma le awa I tangata o teli. O le whai unga le nei e mwhai ei, o le whai unga le ni e maa fua mai ao onga a le ngana I tono le nganga tangata. E a o ai whaalo alo, le ilo ai o le bātapu ia, tau sa awhia ma le alofa. O ia mionga lei, whausia mai I le onga tasi o futia ma le uili, o le ngangana ma le anuku. Ta ua tele lea veo le ngana, whamalama o ia mawhauwhau ngani. Ia vea mwhataita inga I alo mwhanau. E matutua ane, ua I roa lea mio tau an whatino. O le ngana foi, e vea lea ma whamalama. Whaupenga ina ai, tangata Samoa. Ma whauwhau ngā loto ai maisere ma whauwhau. O upu tātou te whaalongu iai, ma upu tātou te whaunga ina e whaaso, te whaalia ai foi lo tātou whātou tua bāngore atu. O Samoa, whaawai lea tua no tautonga. O ni tātia foi leo, e sau on tātou wap ai iai ina ia mausali peo tātou a inga. Ma lea tua. O le ngana, e whaamamrama ia nganga. Le ma whauwhau ina ia tātou sa ili pēr ia tua. Waran whina Io tātou wola. Tua ma ai ase o whaasoa. Ai ole au te lengo na ia o tunga awhai whapea. O le ngan Samoa. O le whanua nei tātou ina ia tātou whataua mea sina. O ni mea rofa fo I fua. Whaalau ai tele ai fo I māmalama. I tātou ani. A vele whamalama I lo tauso I fua. Paso mātou wola. Ina ia aua. Aua lava nei sulia I vā. Pero I matangata. Ai mai se lava lo tātou whaawai ia tua. Whangata is whamtalanga. Ai wana asa whautuanga. I lea wa ia la pātam whainga. Wana o tātā rongo maswhau. I o tau roto pinanga. I tautua nāra o tau ngana ni batu lima. O le a fo isu I o kilani. Anu se mandeanga o pa o papa tau whafong. La fo liu I whongaba. La fo liu I whongaba te. Wa e poto lava tautai. Ai sera na tu yama. Ta lua tuna pata tātou te māpai. I langi maina stu mai whamsino, le pa ia ua whio. Ai ora wasa, I lofo le atua, so I fua mai manuia.
Language. Something that is taken for granted on a daily basis. Whether it's through our constant use of speech, sign language, or the many different signs that are trending and popular at the time, we are perpetually using language. You see, there is a problem which permeates not only this room, but each university, Auckland, Wellington, Christchurch, New Zealand as a whole. And that is the problem of the slow and gradual degradation of our Samoan language amongst the youth of today. This diminishing of our Samoan language poses threats upon the essence of our identity as Samoans, and also our Samoan culture, because our language is the window to our souls. Language must therefore be our awakening. We must wake up and realize that language is more than just letters forming words. It is culture, tradition, and identity. Talo for love, everyone. Today I am going to talk to you all about the language dilemma which exists in today's society, and I will also address the actions which we can carry out in order to combat this dilemma. Whawhanga whanau I upu matala, tautala I launangana. When translated to English, this means feed the children with words and stories, speak your language. This was the 2012 Samoan Language Week theme. Its purpose was to encourage or Samoans living in New Zealand to take a stand for their language and speak their language, but not only speak their language, but embrace it and teach it to the younger generation of Samoans who are the future of our communities. However, as our society transforms towards pluralism, it has become an increasing concern that Pacific languages, such as our language, Samoan, is being pushed towards extinction. The diminishing of our Samoan language in New Zealand has a rippling effect on the Samoan culture and identity of our youth in New Zealand, where Samoan values and traditions are also being lost due to this loss of language. It is becoming more and more evident that many of the New Zealand population, youth population that is, are growing up to be more unaware of many of the basic Samoan values, such as fa'aloalo. Fa'aloalo means respect, and it's huge in Samoa because our culture is built upon it. Fa'aloalo begins in our households, in our homes, and expands into the inbred values which Samoans live by. Something as simple as saying tulo when walking in front of others, or even folding your legs at all times when sitting in the presence of elders, is fading. And why? Why is this fading? Because of our language. Because our language is degrading. And this brings us to the point of why our language is so important. It's because it is a keeper of our traditions, our culture, and also our identity. Surely now that we are aware of this depletion and degradation of our Samoan language, it is up to us to ensure that our beautiful language is maintained and preserved. And with change must come action, and it is through this action that our awakening will be able to ignite the awakening of others. Parents, families, society, they become the primary transmitters and the ones who awaken our consciousness of the world around us through the medium of language. We need it to be transmitted and expressed from without in order for it to take effect within. Simply attempting to speak Samoan constantly in different contexts is an action and is considered essential in the maintenance and growth of a language. So, this is a call to us. This is a call of action to you, me, and the New Zealand population of youth to stand up and say, "E, oa ole Samoa, e, oa ole Samoa." Language is the window to our souls that not only shines a light on who we are, but allows for a transparent medium which allows the light from our souls to be radiated into the world. Without language, the people are in darkness.
Lift the prop.
Light.
Let there be light. Huh?
Shafraji, hold that meeting.
Shafraji, hold it. Yo, oh, that's the one.
Oh, it's fine.
Talofa lava everyone. So my name is Jim Soho, Philly Vice Stritton. I'm half Samoan, proud Balang, and a proud Samoan. So the theme is, to the judges, before I start, I want to thank everyone for allowing me to have the opportunity to express the passion and the love that I have for my Samoan culture. So thank you to all the judges for allowing me this opportunity. I've never been in a competition where I can throw a piece of art like this, so I feel really blessed to be able to share this with you guys. So it was a long process, this piece of artwork. I was really struggling to figure out a way to interpret the whole my language is my awakening and my language is the window to my soul. I couldn't figure out a way to get it on this piece of art. So it took about 2 weeks of me just coming up with different ideas of figuring out what to do. The process of doing it was pretty quick, but to get the idea, it was painful. So I was gonna just write it on the thing. I was gonna do some nice patterns and just write the whole my language is my awakening and the window to my soul, but I thought that sucks. I wanted to be like a Makai. I wanted to speak with metaphors. So there's no words on my artwork. It's all metaphorical. So like Makais, they speak metaphorically. I tried to use that same method with my piece of artwork. So I hope you guys enjoy, and I'm just going to give you guys a little brief description of the heart behind this work. So I began by trying to figure out what can interpret culture and language. I didn't know how to put language as an object on the piece of work. And that's when I think some inspiration from God came and hit me. And he said, think about the things that have stood the test of time. Language has stood the test of time. Language has not changed. And so I started thinking of some things in the Samoan traditions, Samoan cultures, artifacts that have not changed. So I began with the apopo, which is also called a tānoa, because it stood the test of time. And you have a taupou here, traditional taupou, or in a tuina. It stood the test of time, so is language. She's wearing a ulanifo, so that shows something that stood the test of time, just like language. And I also tried to interpret some tatau patterns and just some patterns that are traditional to the Samoan culture to get that whole grasp of what language is. Because all of these things have stood the test of time, and so has language. So that moves on to my next point of the actual theme. My language is my awakening, and my language is the window to my soul. I will start with the first part. My language is my awakening. So it starts off here. As you can see, or hopefully you can see from the back, we have a sunrise and a sunset. And this shows the sea. So a sunrise, it represents awakening. When you wake up. And that's why I've done it right behind this top bowl, to show the connection between the two. The top bowl represents language, the sunrise represents awakening, and that represents that my language is my awakening, if you understand that. But there's also a choice. There's some people choose to not have their language as awakening. And that's why there's a dark side and a light side, because you always have a choice. The second part is my language is the window to my soul. And that's what these gave me. Blooming flowers. Flowers is also a representation or a metaphor for life. And life is also a metaphor for my soul. And so I use the tatau patterns leading on from the taupou towards the blooming flowers to represent the fact that my language, our language, is also a window to our souls. So as you can see, through the sunrise, our language is our awakening, and through the blooming flowers, which represent life and which represent our soul, is also a window to our soul. So those are two main things I wanted to stress. The third thing was beauty. And there's something about the Samoan culture that is just beautiful. There's something about, let me give you a little story of why I wanted to make this so beautiful. It's because with Samoan language, there's something about it that's so beautiful. As a Parangi myself, I've been in groups of friends with Ba'alangis, and if there's a person that can't speak English, what we consider FOBs, as in that group of friends with my Ba'alangis, they feel outcasted. They can't enter in, because they can't speak English. All the Ba'alangis, all my friends, we alienate them. But if we turn that around, whereas I'm an example of this, I'm a Ba'alangi, I can't speak Samoan. But in a situation where I'm with my Samoan brothers and sisters, I feel like a family member. I feel like a brother, I feel like a son, I feel like a nephew, I feel like a family member. And so that's why it's so beautiful, our language. Our language, there's something different about it. And that's why I really wanted to represent beauty on this piece of artwork. And the last thing is that I was going to just draw it because I was running out of time, but through God's grace I got it through. Carving is one of the really traditional ways of performing art in Samoa. When you go back to Samoa, as a lot of you may know, carving is really traditional. And God gave me the strength to really get through, and it took a long, long process to finish this piece of artwork. And so I chose to do a carving to really represent the love and the passion that I have for my language. That even though I have exams, even though I got my parents asking me about this and that, I will still hold my language so dear to my heart. So I just want to thank you so much for this opportunity to really bless you guys with a little piece of passion that I have for my culture. And I hope you understand that my culture, or my language, is my awakening, and my language is along with myself.
And that is how you do it.
Before we announce the next person, I'd like to thank Jeff for that awesome carving. That's so cool, amazing stuff. So now we're going to hand it over to